union with the Divine Self. As the light reflecting in a silvery cloud seeks its union with the sun that shines beyond. As a dreamer caught in the webs of illusion seeks his union with the waking person. As a flower blossoming with beauty seeks its union with the nectarine fruit. As a river flowing with the sweet song seeks its union with the fullness of the ocean, so does my soul, tearing the veil of ignorance, seek its union with the Divine Self. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Nilambuja Shyamal Komalangam Sita Samaropita Vama Bhagam Panavu Maha Sayakacharu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham. Adorations to Lord Rama, whose complexion is like a blue lotus, who is very tender and delightful in appearance. Sita is seated on his left side. He is carrying powerful bow and arrow in his hands. Shri Ramcharitmanas in Ayodhya Kanda, and we are towards the verse number 158. The context at this stage: Rama, Lakshmana and Sita have gone into forest, and King Dasharatha has departed. His dead body is still kept, preserved. And Bharata has been called. He was in the parental place of his mother, Kaikeyi's mother. That was in Kaikeyi Desh. Bharata has been called from there without telling him what has happened in Ayodhya. And Bharata is entering the city, and he sees everything very negative all around him. हाट बाट नहीं जाई निहारी जनु पुरतः दिशि लागी दवारी. The pathways, the markets, all seem as if overpowered by some strange misery. as if forest fire has spread in all 10 directions, 4 directions, and corners make it 8 directions, and up and down make it 10 directions. आवत सुन सुनी कह कह नंदिनी हर्षी रवि कुल जलडुह चंदिनी. Having learnt that Bharata is coming, Kaikeyi, the mother of Bharata, according to this story you have learned that Kaikeyi was responsible for having Rama, Lakshmana, Sita sent into forest so that her own son may become the king. And I have given you philosophical insight. Kaikeyi movement. Firstly, to understand Ramayana applies to every person, in everyone's life. Your soul is Dasharatha. Ratha is chariot. Your body with 5 senses of perception, 5 organs of action, together become 10. Body set up with all these 10 ingredients is a chariot. Dasharatha, soul, through its evolution, through many lives, has come to a state of looking for a goal that is not in heaven, not in the realm of astral plane. And that story has been given. King Dasharatha went to heavenly world to help Indra, not to share his feast. And in course of that, and also Kaikeyi used to go with him. Kaikeyi is spiritual inquiry movement, a subtle process of nature, Prakriti, that opens a channel to question. Everything was looking so well when Rama was going to be coronated. Manthara is Kaikeyi's maid servant. But Manthara plays the role of Prakriti in a twisted state. Prakriti is 3 modes of nature. Manthara is presented as a hunchback lady, very dear to Kaikeyi. Prakriti that is deeply interested in promoting Prakriti movement, which leads the soul to liberation ultimately. But in the beginning, the big problem that you face is disintegration. That Prakriti Manthara has big hunchback. Every movement of ours is a little ridiculous movement, implying that if your personality is disintegrated, if the 3 gunas in you are not in harmony, in that state, a little awakening is there that leads Kaikeyi to that situation where, I don't want to go back to it, where she places her 2 boons before Dasharatha. With one, let Bharata rule, the other, let Rama go into forest. This whole process has been because the personality has been disintegrated, and what is needed is integration. While disintegrated, you can enjoy and create a big feast, but it cannot be healthy enjoyment. So while a whole Ayodhya feels so joyous, learning that Rama is going to be king, Manthara was not joyous. Prakriti is not joyous because you are not integrated. So all your attainment is on shifting grounds. Your foundation is poor. So therefore, a subtle process that to the masses appears like something negative, demoniac. Now at this stage, they all look at Kaikeyi as the most wicked personality ever born. But mystically, when you develop a subtle sense of what's called Jijnasa, of asking a question, I have all this, the world can give you all the pleasure, all the glory, all the power. But can it give you immortality? So are you ready to gain immortality? Or just you want to enjoy power and glory? When that question starts, the mind that has been so accustomed to worldly goal, to that mind and the mind that has been enjoying the feast of victory, to that mind it is a terrible shock. And how does that shock look like? And that point is being brought out in an allegorical way and a poetic way. हाट बाट नहीं जाहि निवारी निहारी जनुपुर जहदा दिशि लागी दवारी. Pathways, they used to be so filled with joyous people. Markets, all are overpowered by sadness. As the forest fire has attacked Ayodhya. But Kaikeyi was so happy. Saji arati mudit uthi dhai, द्वारे ही भेंट भयन भवन लई आई, भरत दुखित परिवार निहारा, मानहु तुहिन बनज बनु मारा. So all the negative descriptions are being given, but it is a pathetic fallacy. As Vairagya, as Jijnasa goes on operating, your mind doesn't find contentment anywhere in the world. Sarvam dukkam vivekina. The first stage, a kind of a negative impact on the mind. Everything that you depended upon, you can't depend upon. All things that made you feel so cozy and comfortable, and they are now infected with virus. Whole setting seems so good, but then there is virus.
the juice of fear. Coronavirus. Karuna is compassion. But Karuna is opposed to compassion. Kaikeyi harshite hi bhati, manahu mudit davalai kirati. But Kaikeyi is very joyous. When that Vairagya presents the world to be completely without any interest, everything dilapidated, every flower withered, every pleasure infected with virus. And when that experience comes in your personality, then the Jijnasa movement is happy. First, it wants to strengthen bhakti in your personality. That's Bharata. But even bhakti movement is not perfect. The bhakti movement has to face many challenges. So Bharata is immature. But how that bhakti has to also struggle and face this frustrating, shocking situation. Various shocking situations are behind your bhakti. Love of God is not easy. Now coming to the storyline, Kaikeyi seems so happy. That happiness can be compared to some wild tribal woman who has set the forest on fire due to her some emotional trouble. Seeing the forest burning, she is enjoying it. Think of the whole Jijnasa movement that turns the entire world to be a source of pain. One or two things give you pain, and begin to say it's pain in my neck. The entire world gives you pain. सुतहि ससोच देखी मनु मारे, पूछति नहीं हर कुशल हमारे. Seeing Bharata, very depressed face because he has come all the way in suspense. Nobody talked to him. Everybody turned away, didn't smile, didn't welcome. Nobody could tell him also what has happened because they are all under command. So Bharata naturally is very sad. But Kaikeyi, acting as if very wild type of personality, not understanding that Bharata's sadness has come because of the setting in Ayodhya. She simply ignores that fact. She thinks that something has happened in her parental home. What's being implied here very subtle. Instead of being sad on the basis of the word, why don't you ask what has happened deep in your heart? Where you come from? And if you don't have access to the depth of your heart and you are sad, oh, I'm glad. So, Kaikeyi is glad, Bharata is sad. Sad not because of Ayodhya. And so she inquires, what have you experienced that has made you sad? And in a poetic way, is my father, is my mother, or somebody in my naihar? Naihar is the term for parental place. Is something wrong has happened? Sakal kushal kahi Bharat sunai. Bharata says everybody is well there. Puchi nijkul kushal bhalai. And then began to ask about his own father. Kahu kaha tat kaha ta sab mata. O mother, where is the father? Where are other mothers? Kaha siya Ram Lakshmana priya bhrata. Where are my brothers, Rama, Lakshmana, Sita? Suni sut bachan saneha maye kapat neer bhari nayan. Bharat shravan man shul sam papini boli ban. These loving words coming from Bharata. To that, Kaikeyi responds, firstly filling her eyes with deceitful tears. And the words that come from her, they are like sharp arrows piercing into the ears of Bharata. तात बात मैं सकल संवारी भय मंथरा सहाय विचारी. O child, it's a loving word, tat. Things were going wrong, but I have made everything correct. Poor Manthara has helped me a lot in doing all this in your favor. Brahma had caused a little trouble for us. And what the trouble Brahma has caused, King Dasharatha has passed on to the heavenly world. Otherwise, everything is wonderful for him. Subtle philosophy is also there. Brahma's world means law of karma, the world of karmic process. That law of karma movement opposes your movement towards liberation. First you have to get out of karma in order to attain liberation. Liberation is not in the realm of Brahma. It is not Brahma's creation. So, in a mystic way, as if you are ridiculing Brahma's world for attaining liberation. So that Brahma made the trouble. The moment he hears the word that father has passed away, without even hearing the extended news, तात तात हा तात पुरारी परे भूमि तल व्याकुर भारी. O tat, O tat, O dear father, O dear father, O dear father. Thus uttering loudly, he fell on the floor. चलत न देख न पायूं तो ही, तातन राम ही सौंपे हूं मोही. He began to cry. Oh Father, while passing away to heaven, couldn't you have waited a little and placed me in the hands of Rama? And then, picking up some courage, बहुरी धीर धरी उठे संभारी, कहु पितु मरणम केतु महतारी. Having plucked up courage, he said, Mother, tell me details. What has happened? What caused father's death? So the news is breaking in a very little by little, but each step is more bitter, serious, shocking than the previous one. सुनि सुत बचन कहती कैकेयी, मरमु पाछि जनु माहुर देई. Now the words of Kaikeyi now are like someone comes with a serious pain caused by a ripening boil in the body, and there comes a wrong type of nurse. First wipes the boil, and then pierces it with a knife and pours into it some poison. The injury was already there, and now it has been further activated. And in brief, Kaikeyi, with her cruel heart, crooked mind, all these descriptions are given, described all the details that happened. How he was going to give kingdom to Rama. How he was, everybody were so happy. How Manthara helped her to understand that it is not in her favor. How Manthara reminded that she had received two boons that she had kept in reserve, and to ask those two boons so that Bharata could be the king and Rama, Lakshmana, they go into, Rama goes along with Lakshmana, Sita to forest. Bharata hi visare pitumaran, sunat Rama ban gaun, hetu apana pau jani jiya, thakit rahe dhari maun. Dasharatha's death was shocking to him, but when he hears Rama being sent into forest, that pain of losing father became insignificant. This mountainous proportion of pain. And now he realized all this evil has happened because of his mother, Kaikeyi. The questioning Prakriti is the cause. Put you out of the entire world. Give you no place, no compassion. First he became dumb. His entire mind became as if drowned into shocking state. विकल विलोकि सुतहि समुझावती Manahu jare paralona lagavati. And seeing Bharata in a shocking state, shocked state, Kaikeyi started to console him. And that consolation was like trying to help a burnt up part of your body with a paste of salt. जरे पर लोड लगावती तात राव नहीं सोचे जोगु बिढ़ई सुकृत जसुकिन है भोगु. O child, king is not worthy of grieving at. He did everything wonderful. Should rejoice, his soul is enjoying. It's high philosophy. He has acquired a lot of virtue, gained a lot of fame, and secured a lot of heavenly joy. So, your father is not to be grieved at. जीवित सकल जन्म फल पाए अंत अमरपति सदन सिधाए. He lived his life so perfectly. All things was at his disposal. And his last stage, he goes to heavenly world, the world of Indra. Therefore, don't grieve for your father. Rather, be ready to roll over Ayodhya. Suni suthi saha meuraj kumaru, paake chat janu laga angaru, धीरज धरि भरि लेहि उसासा, पापिनि सबहि भांति कुल नासा. Bharata was shocked. And again they give another illustration. Just like a ripe boil in your body is being touched by a burning piece. Bharata, however, plucking up his courage, with heavy breathing heavily out of sorrow, he said, "O Papini, sinful lady," not simple, sinful, "you have destroyed all this royal family. जौ पै कुरुचि रही तचि तोही, जनमत काहे न मारे मोही." If that was your inclination, to destroy all the inheritance, all the hereditary fame and glory, then why didn't you kill me when I was born? Why did you let me go on? It's also a very subtle meaning. Subtle meaning is every soul is involved with love for the hereditary line, how you have come to your embodiment. But the movement of a spiritual inquiry takes you out of your joy of being linked to your family line, because it starts telling you don't belong to that family. You are Satchidananda. You don't have human inheritance. Hansa Bansu Jatarata Dasharati Janaku Ram Lakhan Se Bhai Janani Tu Janani Bhai Vidisan Kachula Basai. And Bharata grieves loudly. What a wonderful family line we have. Surya Vansh descending from the sun. What a wonderful father, Dasharatha. What wonderful brothers, Rama and Lakshmana. But you, mother, what an ugly mother. Why did Vidhata Brahma led you to bring me out as your mother? Jab tæ kumati kumat jiye thayayu, khanda khanda hoi hiraye na gayayu. When the idea came into your heart to send Rama to forest, why didn't your heart turn to pieces? Baramangat man bhai nahi, pira gari na ji hai, muh pareu na kira. While asking for the boon, why didn't some boil set up in your face, in your mouth? Something should have pained your mouth to bring out those words. Why didn't your tongue dissolve? Before you uttered those words. Why did worms fill your mouth and stop you from talking? Bhupa pratiti sitori kimikini maran khal vidhi mati harilini. And why did the king trust you? Because the king had asked, ask any boon and I will give you. So why did the king do that? Surely, Brahma had robbed his intellect. That again is karmic law is obstructed. Vidhi huna nari hirday gati jani, sakal kapat ab avagun khani. And as usual, he makes a statement for all women. Even Brahma does not know how the wicked things develop in the heart of women. It will be beyond Brahma's control. Behind that is a profound philosophy. Women is Prakriti, the world of triad, three things held by nature. Three things are, when you dream, three things are wrong. Dream subject is not you. Dream world is not you. And dream experiences are not you. That Prakriti that holds these three is three. English three and Sanskrit three are very similar. And that Prakriti is interested in leading the soul to liberation. That's the purpose of Prakriti. And that purpose is beyond Brahma's law of karma. So even Brahma doesn't know the secret, ugly secret, Prakriti. But it provides for Hindu society to scold women wherever they're trouble. They will either quote this or quote Yudhishthira's curse for women. सरल सुशील धर्म रत राहु सो में किमि जाने तीय सुभाऊ. The king was so gentle, straightforward, virtuous. How could he know this crooked heart of a woman? असको जीव जंतु जग माही जहि रघुनाथ प्राण प्रिय नाही. In this whole world, even ordinary creatures and human beings, all, for them Rama is more beloved than their own life. Bhe ati ahit Ram teu tohi ko tu ahasi satya kahu mohi. And that Rama became your enemy. You sent him away. Of course, you know it was not inimical. It is actually a profoundly glorious movement. But that's the way mind faces the high truth, advanced truth. And it requires challenging process, patience, faith, strength. Now in an allegorical story continues, that Rama became your enemy. Who are you? Tell me truly. On the other hand, no matter who you are, whatever you are, bring a pot of ink and wipe the ink all over your face and say, out of my eyes. Old time fight. राम विरोधी हृदय ते प्रकट कीन्ह विधि मोहि मोह समान को पातकी वादि कहूँ कहु सच कहु तोहि. What Brahma has done to me, that I have been born through Kaikeyi, who sent Rama to the forest, who is the giver of trouble to Rama. Mo saman ko pataki, who can be like me? Who can be a greater sinner than me? And in vain I am scolding you. It is my karma. Who can be a greater sinner that have been born out of you, and all this has happened to me? Suni Satrughn matu kutelai jarahi gat ris kuchan kachuna bandabasai. And Satrughna was there with Bharata always. And he simply went on listening and seeing the reaction in Bharata's face. And his whole body was as if on fire. A subtle point. Karma is getting activated to become karma yoga. Shatrughna is karma movement. Your kriya, shakti remains dull. But all this has come to a stage of awakening the kriya shakti. Tehi avasar kubari tahan aayi, basan vibhushan vibhita banai. Because Bharata was able to scold his mother. Shatrughna could not do that. They were all controlled by profound righteous conduct. But then at that time, the hunchback lady Kubari, Manthara, well adorned from feet to the head, all types of ornaments, because she's waiting to receive the reward for sending Rama away or securing Bharata's being king. So with that expectation she comes. Lakiri se bhare ubha lakhan laghu bhai, Bharat analagrit ahuti pai. Seeing her so decked with ornaments, in a joyous, festive appearance, Shatrughna burnt with anger, as if in burning fire some has poured some ahuti, some wonderful ghee, etc., that will make the fire blaze. And he couldn't control himself. Humagi lat taki kubar mara, parimuh bhar mahi karat pukara. And he bounced his foot against that hump. She fell down with the mouth striking against the floor. Look at what happened. Kubar tuteu, the hunchback broke. Foot kaparu, the forehead cracked. Dalita dasal, the teeth were broken. Mukh rudhir pracharu, and water gushed out. The blood came out of her mouth, began to pour out of her mouth. That ugly description is the role of karma yoga in correcting the disintegrated state of Prakriti. आहद हई मैं काह न सावा, करतनीक पलो अनईस पावा. And she went on crying, what harm have you done to you? I did everything good for you and this is my fruit. The same Prakriti that arranged Bharata's progress of bhakti. And Rama initiated Rama to go away. Now that Prakriti has to face challenge. It cannot stay in a disintegrated state. So it must be integrated. So disintegrated state has been insulted by all this description. Suniri puhan laki nakasik koti, lage khas ghasi tan dhari dhari jhoti. Not only that much. Having known her as wicked from the toes to the head, Shatrughna caught hold of her hair and began to drag her. He was not satisfied with all the injury he had. Bharata dayanidhi kirin abcharai Kausalya pahenge do bhai. Bharata, who was abode of compassion in his heart, immediately interrupted and let Manthara go. And then both brothers went to Kaushalya. And with this we'll continue. All these are simple descriptions. People just read it fast and move on to the story. But these are subtle points behind them. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukma Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Om Hari Om Tat Sat.